Is the tracking working? Oh, yep. Okay. Um, I got into the game, but the game is running really, really slow. So maybe I need to restart my Steam Deck and go from there. I figured that I had waited long enough to start stream. Oh no, it feels fine now. It just feels like that it's that the Steam Deck with Windows is having some trouble with graphics. Not that there's anything bad with the graphics at the moment. It's just that it's running slow, and it did something there too. Uh, Maybe I need to exit the game and get back in. Oh well. If there's, let's see how I do. Let me only stream for about an hour, and then we will see how it looks. Oh yeah, I have another computer over there. Unlike maybe other people, my setup consists of 3 computers to do everything. I got one computer that's just for streaming, the one that's over there. So you often see me, um, you often see me turn my head over there, so I can, so I can, wait, so that oh, and it did something again. I might have to restart the Steam Deck, but we will see how I do. But yeah, I have 3 computers. I have one doing doing OBS, which, as far as I know, I think that's somewhat normal. For some streamers, they have one computer doing OBS stuff. So you'll see my head turn over here to look at it, and then I have a computer, which is the Steam Deck, which I am playing the game on, and then using a capture card to get it. And then I have a third computer, which is the computer that I used to stream from, but now I use it to look at the stream and social media type stuff. And for whatever reason, instead of using a second microphone, which I have 3 of, although I don't think they're anything special, I have the microphone that I'm using at the moment going through going through the computer that's looking at.
悠久の時を経て回帰する悪たちのコスモス、すなわち生命を動かす無限のエネルギー。
That's that. Oh, okay, it's working. Yeah. I don't think there was any audio from me for a bit.
Yeah.
Ah,
I.
okay. Okay, it seems like it's working. And the screen went black. I guess it saw it as being inactive. Okay. Well, I got that settled. Maybe that's why it was telling me that there was trouble. Okay, let's get the rewards for the request that I did. I think this is what I click. Oh, somebody's ooh-wooing in the public chat. What are the results? And now my monitor's screaming at me because it's not at 1080. Okay. I think part of the problem I was having is that the how do I say it? My just like last time, I like those. Yeah, it's funny. This may not be very enjoyable. Because this is being very glitchy. I may not do well in a battle. Not that I do well. Well, I'll see how it goes with this being scuffed. I think I will, what's it called? I will, restart the Steam Deck before I stream next time. Oh, and now it's doing this. May not get to play CosmicBreak today. We'll see. Because it's running slow. Okay, let's go to the garage, which is right here. Let's switch to that. Let's switch them. Okay, let's go to the arena and see if there's any TV battles going on. That's what I'm here for. There's no TV battles. Didn't they start at noon? Oh, no TV battles. Okay, okay. I guess there's no GD battles. I'll have to rename the stream and thumbnail afterwards, but not right now. I'll do that later. So let's go back to the garage. There's a big TV. She's cute. Goodness. It feels like this has been all scuffed, and I have been... My microphone wasn't plugged in all the way. Ow, my ears. Go to items. I don't think I have anything special other than these. But I think I'll mess with those another time. So, I guess we'll just do some stuff for a bit. Eventually there'll be another TV war that I can participate in. But for now, it looks like... Oh, wrong spot. It looks like the TV wars are over. So, okay. Let's do a match and see how it looks, and then they're battling. And I guess let's try this one. There's people. There's an open slot, I mean. Okay. Yeah, OBS is still saying it's golden, I think. Look at emails. I got some credits. Well, yeah, credits for a thing that I do. So that's cool. I got $15. Just gotta cash it out eventually. What else? There's nothing new on Facebook, it looks like. Oh, it's loading. But yeah, I do think I need to restart the Steam Deck. For later. Okay, so there's nothing new there. There's nothing new here. I mean, this is kind of what I expected for the stream. And then, is there anything new with... Nope, nothing new with... Yeah, nothing new with, Twitter. Oh yeah, that's right. I just remembered, there's a... like a... reading thing? Because there was one person who wanted, I guess just wanted to see more people. And she wanted to, she wanted to, how do I say it? She wanted people to comment, what the channel was, so that if she is able to, she may be able to raise you. Although, I don't think I'm rateable, sadly. Well, I am small, so yeah. Maybe it's different for what's it called, for like Twitch or Kick. If Kick has rating at all. I don't know if it has rating. I have streamed on Kick before, and I might try and stream there sometime again. It's been a bit, but it might be something to do. Oh gosh, that looks cringy. YouTube posted a thing 19 minutes ago saying that post tag 2 creators and I'll tell you the title of the collab. Oh, that's a nice piece of art. I follow a bot that likes to post cultural art, And so, whatever you do to look at likes, you will see that a lot of my likes are for cultural content. I I don't know if I don't know if I want to post any of my own cultural content on um Twitter. Uh, I'm not necessarily opposed to attracting people who are also cultured, although the only cultural content that I could give is of myself, not a drawing or anything, because I don't have. Oh, there's a person who followed me. Cool, 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 cool. Yay! I'm being noticed, even if it's just somebody giving me a like for support with my grinding. I got on Twitter that I'm in my grinding arc, and I think that's a fair way to say it. I don't know if I'll be any good, but I do enjoy streaming and showing things that I like. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, I don't know if I want to post any 18 plus content on Twitter that is of myself. Since I can't draw or do like animation type stuff, the only kind of 18 plus content I could post is well, of myself, uh, being myself in the flesh. But I'm trying to move away from that a bit. I do have a channel on the hub, and I got quite a few people there, or at least I think it's a good size. But I don't want to be. How do I say it? I don't want to. I didn't necessarily want to do that kind of content. I just kind of. How do I say it? I kind of fallen into doing it because like many people, I really like 18 plus content, and I'm somebody. I would. One way that I describe how I like to do stuff. One way that I describe how I do some things is that I don't think I ever grew out of show and tell, and so because of that, I wanted a place to show and talk about, and show and talk about um, a lot of the adult games, a lot of the 18 plus games that I like to play, and I used to stream on a Plexel Storm, I think that's what it's called. Plexel Storm a very long time ago before it became a campsite. As far as I know, it was technically already a campsite, but it did have gaming stuff on it too. Like you could do, like there is a thing to where you can play safe walk and not safe walk games, and so I would stream I would stream myself playing some not safe walk games, and that was pretty fun. I liked being there. We might have trouble streaming, so there's a good chance that I might just end up just talking randomly about things because it doesn't look like the game wants to work. That, or I will restart the Steam Deck and switch to my ah. Okay, well, the battle just ended when it loaded. Oh, my foot's asleep. Oh, my foot's asleep. Oh, I am quite curious if there's any other people here who stream or make content who may be watching this, either it being, live or the recording, the VOD. Um, I hope that, I'm kind of curious of how many people or sitting on the floor like I am. I mean, I'm sitting on like a futon type mattress, so I'm not I'm not feeling the floor um, very hardly. I mean, that's not the right way to say it. There's a cushion in between me and the floor, but I sit cross-legged, and if I do that for too long, my foot, one of my feet, will go to sleep, and then the legs will follow suit. Ugh. So, yeah. But I'm kind of curious as to who else might be, uh, going through that as well. Let me take a look at this person. So, is this person a streamer? Let's look at this person. This person does, hopefully, saying the stuff isn't going to, isn't going to dox or anything. I won't say the name of the person. I think the person's a VTuber too, which is cool because I think during the time when the microphone wasn't working, I think I was saying that I wanted to um, get some follows from some small people, from some small VTubers. I mean, I don't know if this person is small or not, but I do like that. I'm guessing is the pin tweet. I'm okay. One thing I should say is that I don't really know how Twitter works. I'm still trying to figure it out myself, and I had just started tweeting this year, even though I had the account for more than 2, I think, or about that. But I do like that they do got a hashtag of support small streamers. That's pretty cool. And then they got a whole bunch of ats, which I don't understand that. I mean, I think I know what it does, but I don't. I don't really. Yeah. Um, we got some cool emotes. I won't say what they are, just in case somebody um somebody tries to look. I mean, I doubt somebody's going to find this and then use it as a way to be mean to somebody else, at least not at the moment. But yeah, it looks like they got some cool stuff. Some of it looks kind of normal, I guess. I've kind of wondered, how am I supposed to use the hashtags? I mean, because as far as I know, hashtags are, they kind of feel like tags for YouTube videos. The tags that you would put on videos, so that maybe people could find, a video, or, other things. This person doesn't have a whole bunch of tweets, although I do, but it's only because I've been posting, not safe work stuff, quite a bit. Like I had said earlier. 11 people liked the picture. Yeah, not too surprised people liked the picture from Azure Lane. I posted some pictures on my Facebook page about Azure Lane, the bath scene specifically. Trying to get people to come over to Twitter so they can see some of the not safe work art that I have been able to find. Well, not just art, but screenshots of anime as well. I like 18 plus stuff, but I also know that the 18 plus stuff is not for everybody. So the streams, for the most part, are they will be. I mean, it's YouTube, so they're going to be safe for work. But maybe one day it might be fun to do another safe work stream. I haven't done one of those for a while. If you're curious, you can always go to the link in the description, and from there it has many other links that you can use to find you can find some of my other things. I am very honest with when it comes to talking. There are times when I may not completely tell the truth, but only because did it. That's funny. Hmm. I think it got finished loading, and then the next match started. Okay, I might have to restart the thing. How long have they been going for? Okay, about 36 minutes. Although about 10 minutes of that is the loading of the game and doing some other stuff. And then a few more minutes of that, or maybe even longer, is that, how do I say it? The microphone not working? So, yeah. Hopefully that's not too much, hopefully there isn't too much, dead silence. But I may not be able to play, which is, a bit disheartening, because I really like this game. And also, I thought this was supposed to be the last day for the TV war. I guess yesterday was the last day. I was really hoping to do some more TV stuff, but doesn't look like it. But yeah, I do like 18 plus content, and because of that, I have some of my own 18 plus content that you can find if you go to the link, and you can find some of the other stuff. I do stream here and there on a place called ePlay that does 18 plus content, and you'll see myself in the flesh doing 18 plus stuff. I don't think I'm any good at it, but maybe sometimes somebody comes and watches me or says something like that. I don't know. Excuse me. Yeah. I hope that the audio is fine at the moment. Let's refresh this page. Not that it's going to give me anything new. No. Okay. Depending on how this loads, I may just end the stream and maybe try and stream again later and just have this being maybe not a lost stream, because I don't like to remove my mistakes, or at least not remove too many of them. So yeah, I may end up doing that, because you know it's not really doing too much of anything. I mean, it would be cool if somebody happens to come in and talk to me about stuff, but yeah, it's whatever. I do this because I find it fun, and I've always liked VTubers, and I wanted to be a VTuber, and now I guess I am one, kind of. Maybe not officially, since I haven't done a VTuber debut type thing. I think for now, I'm just going to do what I do. I'm just going to stream, and I'm just going to stream, talk, try and make maybe some pre-recorded content too. And from there, after a while, once I get maybe people watching me, then maybe I will do an official debut type thing. Because at the moment I just want to do stuff. So I don't see a reason to do a debut. I know debuts or like an introduction type thing. But yeah, and I know that I'm somebody that probably does need an introduction. Maybe not. Because saying that out loud, it sounds like I'm being narcissistic. And for that, I'm not trying to be narcissistic. Uh, but maybe having a stream or even a video called debut could possibly help. I do imagine that debut could be a, how do I say it, could be a tag or a world that people are looking up, but I don't really know if it's going to help get anybody new. I have been, how do I say it, on the 18 plus site, on the hub, where I do my 18 plus content. I had worked at that for about 2 years, and I have over 1,000 subscribers on there. I don't know if it means anything at all, the number of subscribers you have. I will be honest, my goal for there and possibly here, I mean my goal there and here is to hopefully make money, hopefully be able to make a living doing this stuff. I hope that's not a goal that is frowned upon or that is taboo to say. But that is a goal. But I had been working doing content on the hub for about 2 years. I have more than 1,000 subscribers, which I don't know if the numbers mean, I don't know if the subscriber numbers mean anything. I think I'm at what is it, 8,000? No, that's not the right word. 1,000, 8,050 views total on there. So it's not working, it seems. Oh, doing something. I don't know what's going on. I may have to exit out of the game. But for now, I guess I'm just going to talk. And I guess the game will just be a background to the talking. And then I guess maybe this is could be my first Zatsudan, because the game's not working. I will rename the stream accordingly when it comes to that, and maybe actually have a bit of a description as far as what had transpired through the thing. But yeah, I had been making content there for about 2 years with almost 1 million total views, and I only earn about $10 in ad revenue every month, which I wish it would have been more. There was 1 month where I earned I think like $150, something like that, until I actually got paid out. But that only happened once, and I don't know why it happened. It just did, and yeah, that's never really happened again. So yeah, hopefully it would be great. Well, no, that may not be the right word to say. I am hopeful that I can grow faster here, because when it comes to doing content on the hub, I have started to get frustrated that my growth is small or non-existent. every few days I have noticed, maybe not every few days, but at least once or twice a week, I think I do notice that my subscriber number goes up by 1 or 2, something like that. When I am, yeah, that goes up about 1 or 2 every week. But again, I don't know if the subscriber number means anything at all. I don't know if it's a metric that you can actually use to truly gauge. I don't know if it's truly a metric that you can use to gauge your success on the site. I know that there is a thing called model links on there as well, and I don't know if your model link implies any could be used to infer any sort of success. I am an RPG guy, and so because of that, I do like when the numbers are better. Um, but even though the numbers may be better, I don't know if that actually means that I am doing better. Because unlike YouTube, I don't think the subscriber thing means. I don't know how do I say it. Unlike YouTube, I don't think when somebody subscribes to you, um, I don't think it's the same. I don't think the people. I don't think the person behind who subscribes to you has the same does the same things as somebody who subscribes to you um, on YouTube. Because on YouTube, when I think of somebody who subscribes to me, I think of somebody who wants to support what I'm doing in some way. And then the other thing that I think of behind the actions of subscribing on YouTube and other normal platforms is that the person wants to continue to. I mean, the person wants to come back and watch. Yeah, the person wants to come back and watch what more you have to put out, what other content that you may have. I don't think the same thing. I don't think it's the same thing on the hub. Because I don't I don't think people have that same mindset when they subscribe to somebody on the hub. I the only thing that I think that's in common is that maybe when somebody subscribes to you on the hub, it is a show of support, but not necessarily a show. Excuse me, but not necessarily a show of a recurring viewer. I do know that there are some that do have that mindset because I have talked to quite a few people on the hub, subscribers of mine, and at least a lot of these people who I am talking to in DMs on the hub, they do feel like that they are people who come back to watch what I upload, and excuse me. They also what's it called? They also comment quite a bit too. I recognize a lot of names as well, a lot of repeat names. So I know, that they may. So I know that those people have the same mindset as maybe people who subscribe on YouTube and other places. But it, excuse me. But I don't know about other people, because one of the things that I have noticed on the hub is that there are many people who have a lot of subscribers, and at the same time they have a lot of friends. there is a feature on the hub that you can enable to where when you accept somebody's friend request, you automatically subscribe to somebody else. So I do feel like that the numbers of people are inflated by people who just simply send friend requests and then the random person decided to accept it for some reason. And that is an that's part of the reason why that I feel that the subscriber number on the hub is not a good metric to be able to tell. Um, yeah, I think that's a good metric. I that's the reason why that I think it is not a good metric to tell if somebody is doing well or not, because that number could easily just be inflated by people who automatically subscribed because of a friend's request. And then um, I had talked about the model ranking number. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the model ranking number means at all. I'm in 31,000. I'm in between 31 and 32,000 for my model rank, but I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It fluctuates every week, every year, um, every day. I guess it also fluctuates too, but I don't know when it updates exactly. Oh, it's loading into something. I'm probably gonna have to force quit the game when I'm done talking. Oh, can I do anything? Oh, well, it's doing something now. I don't quite know what the game's doing. The game had an update, an emergency maintenance update, um, today, I think it was, and I think the maintenance is obviously over since I can play. But yeah, um, so and then one of the other numbers that might actually mean something, might actually be able to use to track, um, might be able, yeah, that might be some sort of indication as far as to what if you're being successful is maybe your viewing, your viewer number. Let me look. Oh goodness, I'm getting lightheaded because I'm talking so much, and I got a friend's request, and it's probably like I said. This is a different kind of friend's request. I'm not going to read it, but I'll tell you the gist of it. This person is introducing themselves, telling me that they have a new channel, I'm guessing. Is it a channel? Or, well, they call it a page, but I think it's channel. They are just under 10,000 for the model rank. And they have 1,000, they have 179k views already and 3.9k subscribers. They probably have a lot of money already. Okay. But yeah. Telling me the area that the person does stuff. The person is wanting people to visit the page. I already did. I'm sure that the videos are enjoyable. And then it's just asking for, then the person is just asking for feedback. But I will also say I would not be surprised if the person also is using it as a way to bolster the numbers, because person only has 11 videos. I don't think this is one. Oh, this is a guy. I think. I mean, okay. But yeah, let's go to the about. We got 18 achievements. They got more than 4,000 friends. I'm rubbing my eye. They have 4,626 friends, and I would not be surprised if many of those are those who left the. Oh yeah, I should have said earlier that the feature to automatically subscribe to those who accept friend request, that is a default feature, if I remember right. So you have to toggle it off if you don't want to automatically subscribe to somebody. So I would not be surprised if a lot of the subscribers are people who simply got a random friends request with a pretty woman as the avatar, as the profile picture being used, and then from there, the person got the majority of the numbers that they have on the subscriber numbers on the site. And so, yeah, I will not be surprised about that. If you didn't know, those that you are friends with are able to DM you, and so because of that, I do not have a lot of friends. I do not accept a lot of friend requests on the site. There are also scammers on the site as well. They will do something similar where they will send out cold friend requests to random people. Sometimes saying stuff, sometimes using the default messages. And these people are scammers. And if they're not scammers, they are people who are trying to get you to watch them on another platform, which may or may not be against the TOS of the hub. But as far as I know, it might not be, because I think you are allowed to promote yourself to a very heavy degree. But yeah. And a lot of times these profiles, when I look at the profiles, 3 things that I notice, or 4 things. Let's see if I can tell you what my criteria is with saying that this person might be a scammer. The first thing that I noticed is that the person does not, the friend request does not have a written message. Sometimes that is a giveaway, but not always, because there are a lot of lazy people out there, and not everybody is going to want to sit down and write a personalized message. Although there's been quite a few friends requests that I've gotten of people just doing copy paste friends request messages as well, and I've gotten a few of those a few times from the same people. so yeah, sometimes it's a copy paste of somebody who's just trying to get more subscribers and maybe try to advertise something slightly, but not necessarily a scam. Okay. And then sometimes here lately, I have noticed that maybe the message is something very innocent, like the person saying hi, or the person saying want to chat. Okay, well, it's very possible that that person could be being friendly, and could be an actual person who is wanting to try to communicate, trying to become friends, which is something that I want. I want to try to make friends, and that's one of the reasons why I stream. I want to, because for a very long time, and now I've never had trouble making friends. I've just had trouble meeting people to make friends, and I may not have gained a lot of people, a lot of new acquaintances, but I have found that through streaming and showing that I exist. Because one of the things I have said uh, before, I'm not maybe doing a YouTube stream, but doing an ePlay stream when I am talking about this, is that, like I said, I have trouble meeting actual people to become friends with. And so because of that, one of the things that my dad has said, which makes a lot of sense, is that I can't become friends with people if they don't know if I exist. So I stream so that people know. I stream and make content so that people know that I exist, and maybe I can make a friend or two, or at least an acquaintance that I might be able to talk back and forth with about things. So I do. So some of these people might be innocent in that they are just wanting to be just that, a friend or an acquaintance to talk to. Well, okay. So then one of the other things that I look at is I look at the actual profile of the individual, that is sending the friend request. I almost always look at all the profiles, of who the regardless of who the person is. And on the profiles, I notice a few things that make me think that the person is a scammer, or just trying to get me to go someplace else to watch. Uh, right. And if they're not a scammer, then the person is trying to get me to go and watch content that they have someplace else. Or third thing I just thought of, they could just be some sort of advertising type thing as well. Not necessarily for themselves, but for another company. And the reason why I say that is that when I look at a lot of these profiles, they have some sort of blog spot URL in the profile, trying to get people to go there. I have also noticed that a lot of these people also fall within, how do I say it? I am a straight guy, so a lot of these profiles are straight women. I would not be surprised if you happen to be a gay man or a lesbian or somewhere else, that then the profile would correspond with your orientation to get you more likely to accept the friend request, or at least maybe to look at the profile. But I noticed that, and then, right, I noticed, I said I noticed the blogspot URL, and then the other thing that I look at is when you look on somebody's profile, you can see how many videos they have watched, you can see how many friends they have, and then you can also see how many, how many subscribers, uh, how many people they have subscribed to. I think that's what it is. Let me take a look so I can make sure that I am saying this right. Oh, excuse me, I'm talking a whole bunch. Oh, look at this random person. Right, you see the subscribers, the friends, and the videos watched. And so one of the things that I notice is that because the profile isn't verified, the number of subscribers they have doesn't really mean too much of anything. like I said, it could just simply be people who did not toggle off the default of of automatically subscribing. So that number doesn't really mean too much. But the two numbers that do make me think that the person could be having ulterior motives is the friends and the videos watched. And a lot of these profiles, since they send out friends requests en masse to many people, they have a big number of friends on the account. The other thing that I noticed is that the profile has not watched any videos at all, which to me is a very red flag. And then from there, if something doesn't look out of mist, because I did come across, I think a few of them that actually watched some videos, but a lot of times they have 0 videos. So then one of the other things I look at is the achievements that they have, because you can get achievements for what you do, just like in a video game. Excuse me, you can get achievements for the actions that you have done, or for milestones that you have met within with using the hub, either it being, just a consumer of the content or somebody who is making content. So I look at that, and a lot of times I will see a lot of the very beginner I think it crashed. I'm going to switch. Okay, I'm going to switch to this one. I think the game crashed, and since I just been talking, I guess it's fine. So I guess I'm going to turn this into a Zatsudan, and the Steam Deck is reloading. But with how much time has passed, I don't think I'm going to get back into attempting to play the game. Okay, making sure that the audio is working, because I think the microphone was unhooked for a little bit, and that was why it wasn't doing anything. Okay, so I look at the profile and I notice that a lot of the achievements that they have are more of the default type achievements, the achievements that are very easy to get, like using the website for the first time on your phone. That is a very achievement. That's a very easy achievement to get. Another one for just simply having an account, being there for the first time, is another achievement that you can get very early. Because they have a whole bunch of friends. Because they have a whole bunch of friends. They may have the Miss Popular. Yeah, Mr. or Miss Popular achievement. What are my achievements? Because maybe if I name some of them off, it might help me think of what things there might be. Oh, there it is. Right. There is, what's one of the Virgin achievements? You have accessed your account for the first time. There's a lot of them that just have that. But none of them have the buff achievement. There's more words to it, but it's just an achievement for watching 10 videos, an achievement for using your mobile phone. I do think I see a lot of them having that one. There's the Duke for having 5,000 views. They might have that. There's a sophomore for accessing the account 100 times. The profile most likely will not have that. Fudgeman. You have access to your account for the 10th time. So yeah, there's a lot of these. There's a lot of these. Oh, and they may also have one of the achievements for having a milestone of subscribers. And then one of the other things that I've noticed that the profile might have is that I have noticed a lot of them have at least a sexy picture that's supposedly of themselves, which I do not believe is of themselves. It's probably just a random sexy image that they found, 18 plus image that was found and then uploaded to try and make the account look more legitimate. And I don't think, to me, it doesn't fool me. I do think the pictures are nice for the most part, but I don't think, I don't think the pictures. I mean, the pictures don't fool me. So yeah. There's some other things that I could talk about, but I do think that it is good to talk about, some of the profiles on there that may try to use you. That may try to use you. I do know that there are I can take these headphones off. Um, I do know that there are a lot of scams within the. I have wireless headphones, so I'm messing around with them when I'm talking. There are a lot of scams within the adult entertainment industry. I guess I could have just called it the adult industry. But I know that there are a lot of scams within the adult industry. Either it being some of the normal scams of buying something and not getting anything in return, or somebody trying to lead you along to get money out of you in some way, maybe being some sort of lover boy scam or something similar to that. I don't know what the female version of it is. Will a lady does the same thing to a man? But yeah, um, I had talked to one person once before, just because I was curious and I knew full well that the person was probably a scammer, and so I was going back and forth with the person on Telegram, I think it was, and the person claimed to be a daughter of a rich person, which is just as far as I know, that's just a, what's the scam called? It's just a, reskinned. Yeah, this might be the way to describe it. Is that's just a reskin on the Nigerian prince type scam, kind of. And so I was talking with the person back and forth. The person had sent some 18 plus pictures and maybe one or two 18 plus videos, but they were very short and not very convincing. Also, the other thing I will say is that the character that, I shouldn't say character, but the model, the actress that they were impersonating, that might be the right word, because I did look up the name and I did actually find a actress with that particular name. So I think they were trying to impersonate the actress, maybe, or at least use that name. But I don't know anything about famous people other than Johnny Sins in the adult entertainment. So trying to use somebody's name does not does not how do I say it? Does not convince me of your legitimacy. But one thing I will say, which could be taken, which some people may not like to hear, but I was trying to say that the individual that the person is using was not within my strike zone. Is maybe a way to say it. The person was not somebody that I would find attractive. As far as I know, like I said, I had looked it up, and the person does seem to be the model that's being used does seem to be an actual model. And when I had looked at the model, it does seem like that person is popular. So I'm not trying to say anything bad. Just the person's not within my zone, not within my strike zone. But yeah, I was going back and forth with the person on Telegram, and the person kept on saying that, oh yeah, you can just I can be your sugar mama, and I can. All you need to do is just send me some pictures, send me some videos, and then from there, um, yeah, then from there, um, how would I say it? Yeah, you can send me some pictures, you can send me some videos a few times a month or once every week. I think it's something like that. And then and then I can give you an allowance of like $500, something like that. You know, an obvious scam trying to prey on young virgin men like I am, although I don't know if my age would consider me to be young anymore. But at least, you know, virgin men, maybe maybe people that they are trying to get, or at least maybe a category that they could be aiming for. Uh, but yeah, going back and forth with the person, eventually it got to the point, I shouldn't say, eventually it was that the person was like, well, my rich dad died, so I'm going to need to go and sign peoples so I can get his company and his money, something like that. And so then the person was like, oh yeah, you can just, I can find, once I can sign those peoples, I can finally get I can finally get your allowance money, and but I need $40. And so it's like, yeah, I know how this scam goes. Of course I didn't send any money. You should not send money to anybody that you do not know on the internet. um so after that, I think I talked to the person just a little bit more, and then I just stopped because I was bored of talking to the person. I do hope that I was able to waste some time, because that's a little bit less time that could be used to that would be a little bit of time that wouldn't be used to try and scam somebody else. I do like watching scam baiting videos. So some of the popular people I think I watch. Well, I don't quite know who all the popular people are, but I watch some scam baiting videos every so often. And for a little while, I was going through, I guess, like a scam baiting arc. I mean, a scam baiting binge. That's probably the better way to say it, because I wasn't trying to scam bait. I don't think I am festive. I don't think I'm good enough to do that. Um, but I was thinking that, hey, this person is obviously going to try to scam me by giving me the illusion that I may get to have a sugar mama. And so I did my best to try and waste the person's time. It did feel like that the person got angry after I stopped talking to them, because every so often I would get a message on my Telegram telling me, so you're ignoring me. So you're ignoring me. And it's like, Yeah, I'm ignoring you. You are a scammer. It's very obvious that you are a scammer. And so, because of that, I will not entertain any more of your things, and you are just boring. If it was more fun, oh, excuse me. If it was more fun, then I would continue talking. Um, I think I tried to use IP grabber. Yeah, I think I tried to use IP grabber to try to get the person's location, but I don't think the person ever clicked on the link, so I wasn't able to get the person's location. Oh, that does remind me. I did get scammed once, and it was during the height of the graphics card drought, and I saw a random ad on Facebook telling me that there was some sort of liquidation sale of items, and I fell for it. So I went to the website and I bought a graphics card that was supposed to be for $99, I think it was. And so I used PayPal, which PayPal probably was not the best option to use. I chose to use PayPal because I thought that maybe with PayPal I would be able to dispute the payment um, easier, because if it ended up being a scam, then I could call them or talk to them somehow, and I would be able to get the charge reversed. I was able to do that eventually, but it didn't quite work out how I thought it would. So I bought the scam, but the other thing that I did that was very stupid of me is that I made an account with the scam website, and just like many other people, I prefer to use a I preferred to use a um single what's it called, a single password for everything, and so I used that, and then from there my card got charged. I think about an hour or so later, I came to the realization that this was probably a scam. So I called my bank and I told them about that. And the lady was like, "Yeah, we can cancel that payment." So my bank account did not get charged. And then after a while, my PayPal got charged the $90, I think it was, for the scam. So it took me about a week, 2, 3 months. I'm not quite for sure how long it took, but I called quite often. I called PayPal quite often, trying to tell them that I had gotten scammed, and yeah, that I have gotten scammed, and that I want my money back, or at least I want to charge reversed on PayPal, so that my PayPal account is not negative $90, because I don't keep money in my PayPal. Gotta itch my nose. So after a while, I was able to, and I was not able to get the charge reversed on PayPal until, um, I guess one way to say it, I know that it might sound rude, because I had been talking to women up until that point, and then the call that finally got the charge reversed, I was talking to a man, and the way I would describe it, and the reason why I think that it might matter a little bit, is because I was trying to explain stuff about graphics cards to these ladies, and I don't think they understood. Now, Now, I will say when it comes to technology, computer type stuff, women are not into technology. Technology and that kind of stuff is not something that women are interested in. So I do not feel that any of the women that I talked to understood what I was trying to say. And so when I was finally able to talk to a man and describe to him that I did not get anything in the mail, even though the tracking says that something was delivered, nothing was delivered to the house. And I also described to him the weight of the item, and he felt that the weight of the item was not right for a graphics card. And so I got that reversed. But there's more to the saga of being scammed. Because I gave my email and my password, I had noticed that there had been people crawling around in my different accounts. And so because of that, I did notice that there was a Nigerian phone number attached to my Google account. There was also somebody who got a hold of my second email and made a AdSense account with that email and had ran a ad. I had called Google afterwards to report that. I do not know if they did anything about it, but I thought that it was best for me to call Google and tell them that somebody had gained access to my to that particular email account and had ran a ad, and it looks like the ad costed $15, I think it was. And at the same time, I think it might have been for some sort of, I think it was like for a Fortnite or CS:GO aimbot, something like that, which it probably may not have been that. It was probably some sort of malicious. It was probably some sort of malicious program that was being distributed through whatever download link there was for it. Oh, excuse me. My nose has been itching quite a bit, and now my foot's going to sleep. This time it's the other foot. So I'm just gonna have my foot spread out, my legs spread out. So there was that, and then there was one thing that happened that was the most unfortunate thing that happened. It did resolve itself in the end, and no permanent harm was done to me because of it. But because the person, because somebody had access to my emails, and yeah, because somebody had access to my emails, and with that, they was able to find out what bank I was using at the time. And so the person deliberately made it so that the bank would send a recovery code, I think it was, something like that, to the email, and then from there, the person gained access to my bank account. And at that time, I would check my bank account simply out of boredom. So I would check my bank account quite often, like I said, out of boredom. And I noticed that the money that I had sitting in my checking was moved to my savings. And so because of that, I moved it back, and then afterwards I called the bank telling them that it looked like that something was done that I did not do. And so I gave them a heads up about that. Well, I think about 2 or 3 days later, I noticed that $330 was stolen from my bank account through some sort of email type transfer. Um, yeah, that was bad. Um, so yeah, somebody stole money from me. I called the bank, and the bank told me, the lady was sympathetic, but the lady also told me that nothing could be done until the transfer was completed, sadly. So I had to wait a few days, which was painful to me because I wanted stuff to be um, done. I wanted it to be canceled, but the lady told me that it could not be canceled. So I, um, so I had to wait for the transfer to be complete. And I also noticed that there was a failed transfer of $800, which would have been the majority, which would have been just about everything left within the bank account. And I did notice that if I did not move the money back into my checking that I did, then all of my money would have been stolen. So I was lucky about that. So now the very long part. I had to file a dispute with the bank, telling them what had happened, and I at first was thinking that the email that was being used was a fake email. Apparently, it wasn't. I decided to send a message to that particular email, and I was surprised that I actually got a message back from them. And the message was threatening, telling me that they would expose children that I do not have, and so it was very obvious that it was somebody who was being malicious, and it was not I, and that it was not I who made a transfer and regretted it. So for the dispute thing, I sent several messages. The first few, I was angry, and I do imagine that I was rightfully so angry because somebody got into my account and stole my money, and I was angry that the bank just let it happen. So then I sent a screenshot of the email that I got, and I made sure that within the screenshots it had my email address and the email address that I sent it to, so they know that this is the same email that was used to steal my money. And then from there, every day for maybe a week or two, I would call the bank asking for a update about what happened. And then eventually it became a few times a week, and then eventually it lessened to maybe a few times a week, and then from there it became maybe only once a week when I would call. The reason why I am describing it in weeks is because if I remember right, I think it took 6 months. Yes, I think it took 6 months for the whole thing to be settled. And I do think that for a majority of that time, I actually did not have a bank account to use. My bank was rightfully, my account was rightfully frozen so that nobody else could do stuff, could do stuff bad to my bank account. And so, yeah. For a while, I did not have a bank account. The good thing is that I do not have things that I need to regularly pay for, monthly or whatever, so that did not put any strain on that. I do know that for somebody else who does have the responsibility of paying for those things would have caused trouble. So for me, it didn't. But after 6 months, I got an email telling me that it was indeed unauthorized, a scam, whatever wording they used. And then I got a check in the mail for the money that was in my account. Uh, yeah, for the money that was in my account and the money that I had lost. They had closed my account for security reasons, which makes sense. I had tried to open a second, uh, I had tried to open another account and they would not let me open a new account with them. I had called customer service asking for more information about that. And as far as I remember, the lady told me that there should not be any trouble. But when I had tried again a few other times, I was not able to make a new account. So I ended up finding a new online bank, at least one that I could put my money in for the time being. So I did that, and then I eventually found a new bank. And now I use I think it's um, I think it was a free update for, Firefox. I get the hiccups. A free update for Firefox where it will automatically generate a secure password. So I have been doing that for anything that I think might be important. I have generated a new password for it with the thing. Although for some reason it doesn't help with Microsoft because I get emails every so often that they're unauthorized or on. Wait, is that the right word? Unauthorized? Oh, unusual activity. That's the word. I get emails about unusual activity on my Microsoft account, and that makes it difficult to use the few Microsoft things that I have, mainly just being Halo MCC on Steam and Halo Wars 2 that I could only get from the Microsoft Store. So it makes it hard. It makes it a little bit hard for me to use those products because of that. Because every so often I need to make a new password or something so I can actually log in to the Microsoft on Halo, which I think is silly. I do not play online on Halo, so I do not feel that I need to log in to Microsoft to do that. So there's that, and then there is playing Halo Wars 2. That part of me just feels like that maybe I should just, since just like MCC, I just play the single player. Part of me feels like that I should just use a different way, if you know what I mean, to play the game. And if there's any sort of discrepancy, I can simply say that I do own the game. I just have trouble accessing the game. And maybe that will at least be enough for somebody to not do something. I don't quite know the right way to describe it. But yeah, that is my whole my scamming, uh, scamming. That sounds like I'm the one who's doing it. That's the whole thing when it comes to getting scammed. That was my scammed saga, I guess is the way to say it. I am curious if there's anybody else who may be watching this, either being live or the recording. I'm curious if there's anybody else who may have gotten scammed and what your story is when it comes to being scammed and what your experience is with. And the other thing that I talked about is your experience on being on the hub or another 18 plus website. I'm curious what your experience is with, consuming content, making content, or, talking to people and maybe potentially finding scammers as well on there. So, I think I have done this long enough. I do think I am getting better. I do have the tendency to talk, and for a while, I don't know why, I felt maybe nervous, maybe some anxieties about talking, so I was a bit more quiet than what I would normally be. And because this happened to become a Zatsudan, I think that's how you say it. I think I'm going to make a playlist specifically for Zatsudans. I don't think I would do Zatsudans very much, especially with having nobody watching me. So, yeah. So I don't think that I would do that very often. Um, but I think I will make a playlist just for these kinds of streams. And goodness, I'm getting lightheaded from talking so much. But yeah, I am curious about any of your experiences when it comes to any of the things that I have talked about and whatnot. Oh yes, I was trying to say, yeah, for whatever reason, I think I was feeling nervous or having anxieties about streaming again. I wouldn't call myself a veteran streamer, but I am no means somebody who is a newbie to at least talking in front of a camera live. So I do have experience doing that. Um, so yeah. So before I get too much lightheaded, uh, yeah, before my lightheadedness overtakes me, I will say thank you for watching the stream or the recording, whichever it might be. And as I said, if you have anything that you want to tell me, make sure to put it in the comments. Or if you want to send me an anonymous message, just like other VTubers, you can go to my marshmallow, and you can find my marshmallow very easily by clicking the link tree link in the description, and that will take you to obviously my link tree, and one of those links will be to my marshmallow. Yeah, excuse me, will be to my marshmallow, and from there you can send me an anonymous message, and I will be happy to receive. I will be happy to hear whatever you want to say, either being anonymous or within the comments. And so with that, I will say, regardless of the time of day that it is for you, either that being noon, morning, or night, I am hoping that you are having a good time. And with that, I bid you adieu. Hmm. Hmm. I don't have an end screen yet, so yeah.